Hey guys, how's it going? Oh my goodness, we just had a very light rainstorm and I was so excited. I missed it. I was asleep. It happened while I was sleeping, but I was so excited when I woke up because it smelled like rain and the air is cool. I'm in a hoodie. I am in pants today. This is crazy. And I thought with the cool weather, we would go ahead and do the front window box. I think I now have enough stuff to make the window box look full and look good. As temperatures start to cool, plants really stop putting on growth and they just kind of like stay where they're at because they know that the end of the season is coming up. We do have a couple days on our forecast that are a little bit warm, so they might put on some growth, but I don't expect a whole lot of growth. So my fall and wintertime window boxes, I usually will like jam pack them because they're not going to grow. They're not going to put on a whole lot of growth. They're not going to get overcrowded. In the springtime, I try to give things more room. That doesn't always work, but I do try. I really like to plant so I don't see any of the actual like soil in the window box, but you know, I mean, that's how we're going to be planting today, so that's great. I've got a good little selection of plants that I'm very excited to get up there. I got to go grab a bag of soil right now. Yeah, I got to grab a bag of soil because otherwise, how am I going to fill up the window box? Okay, I've got my soil. I've got a bucket of fertilizer that you can't see. It's down there. I just got to grab my plants. I'm really excited. I've got some fountain grasses and then a bunch of plants that I just picked up at the Home Depot. And it's going to look like fall, which is going to be really funny because the rest of the front yard is pink. And then I'm going orange. Let's go ahead and get to work. Oh, I got to grab the purple fountain grass up there. Shoot. My hands are full. One of them is holding you. You're welcome. Well, it's very much giving fall. I'm a little bit frustrated with myself. I've worked with this window box enough to know that I have to buy things in 4s usually, not 3s. I can only do one thing in 3s because I've got 3 boxes in here and the spacing just kind of doesn't work. I can buy one thing in 3s. And so my plan was to have 3 of the fountain grass. I was going to do 1, 2, 3 in here. And then my plan was to do the celosia right here. These guys, I should have bought 4 of them. I should have bought it so it could have been a grass in the middle, 1 on that side, 1 on that side, and then 2 on the outside. I don't know why I didn't remember that when I was there. I bought 4 mums, which was perfect, and then 2 of the tick seed, which also worked, but I also probably should have bought 4 of the tick seed because then I could have tucked in 1 there and 1 there. I kind of forget how many plants this window box actually needs. So I do have 1 more of the fountain grass. I think I wanted more color in here than the fountain grass itself. So I decided to go 3 of the celosia and 2 of the fountain grass. I think it'll be fine. I think it'll be perfect for fall. Gives a little bit of that fall color, which is nice. I'm just frustrated with myself that I did that because I know better. And then I didn't realize until I was putting everything in there that I just didn't even fully think that through. But either way, it will look good. And then I do plan to pick up some pumpkins, and so I'll set like a pumpkin on the edge here and tuck in a couple throughout. But it is what it is, I guess. Let's go ahead and get this planted up. Everything is gonna have a lot of space. Like you can see, this window box has so much space around these plants, which would be fine for springtime, summertime. But I don't expect these to put on really any growth. So it is what it is. And I also don't expect the mums to last very long at all. You can see they're already starting to really open up. The rule of thumb with mums is you want to buy them when they're just barely starting to open. When you can see some of that color, like, you know, just a couple of them. This has like 3 that have opened, and it's really only one that's fully opened right there. But you want to buy them when they're in their tight bud stage, because you'll get to enjoy the color much longer. You're really only going to get 1, maybe 2 flushes out of these. You'll get your flush, and then you're going to have to shear them back and then hope that you get another flush out of them. So I don't always go for mums. They're very pretty for fall time, but they just don't bloom enough for me. Okay, I've got 2 sides planted up. I was struggling. Holy cow. I'm just gonna pretend like the coffee hadn't hit this morning. When I planted this one up, I already hate that. It makes me want to go back to Home Depot and get some more of the tick seed right here. I know when I put pumpkins in it, it will look way better and much fuller. I would like to get like some tall gourds and lots of small little pumpkins. I will fill it in. It will look full. I mean, it does look fine. It looks actually very, very nice. And I like this one right here. But I was totally struggling. I had this one to reference to look at. And what I did is I literally took it and I planted it over this way instead of mirroring it in my brain. I don't know what happened. I'm glad that I figured that out. I would have been so annoyed at myself if I fully finished, put everything away, washed my hands, and then realized that the grass was on the wrong side. That looks a lot better. I'm out of soil. I gotta run to the back and go grab a little bit of soil right now. I am so thankful that we keep bagged soil in stock. We'll usually buy 10 or 15 at a time when I find ones that I like. That way we just have them on hand, because we used to buy 1 or 2, and then when I would run out and it's a 30-minute drive to the store. Now it's not. I just run to the back of the property and I grab one out of the shed. It's perfect. Well, that looks better. I still need to refinish the window box. That is a plan for a different day, not today. I don't want to do it, but you can see the knots are showing through it and there's some sap. So it will get refinished. It'll get refinished this fall time. I know I don't want to do it. So we're not doing it today, and that's fine. I do really like the way it looks. I will like it even more when I get some pumpkins and some pine cones tucked into there. It'll fill it out really, really nicely. I really like how full this one is. I wish that I had more plants for this one, but at the end of the day, it's fine. And this was already kind of an expensive project. I didn't really realize I just tallied all of it up, not including the soil, not including the fertilizer. Just on plants, I spent $69.72 before tax on this window box. $70. Oh, that's a lot of money to spend on a window box. I mean, it's a pretty big window box. It's very, very large. But that is a lot of money. Plants are so expensive. It's just getting to the point where it is so ridiculous. I cannot wait to start my fall seeds. I mean, I probably should have started them a month ago. I'm about to start some sweet peas. I am waiting for my order from Johnny's Seeds to come, so that way I have some things for next year, because I'm so sick and tired of paying top dollar prices for a lot of things. I've got some things that I'm going to start for springtime right now. So yeah, $70. And it still is kind of empty. I still need pumpkins for it. That's crazy. And I still have to do the front containers too, because the front containers have all pink in it. And the pink needs to get pulled at some point. It still looks really good, so I'm leaving the pink. But it still needs to get pulled. And that $70 doesn't even include this grass that I have. So, I mean, $70, and then this is $10, so that's $80. $80. Ooh, spicy. Plants are expensive. I should go back to just watching people on YouTube instead of doing YouTube. Anyways, we are going to go take care of a little container that I want to show you guys, and we are mad at Brent. He doesn't know that I'm filming this. So, in the driveway here, do you notice anything? Do you notice how I had some dogwoods here that were really big? They were taller than the fence. I mean, they were coming into the walkway, so that was kind of a pain. But now they are not, and they're not big, and they are not full. And my husband decided to cut them back. Yeah, so these are some dogwoods that I had, and I put them here for some really pretty fall color this year. And my plan was to transplant them into the landscape at the end of the season when they became twigs again. I just put them in this box as a holding place. And my husband, while I was in Michigan, decided that he did not like them being so big and rambunctious, and he decided that they had to get hacked in less than half. And so now we are starting to get the fall color on some of the leaves, and we will not have a big, beautiful fall color show. She's also disappointed. So, I mean, we'll still have a little bit of fall color, but I really wanted it to be like red and beautiful right here at the base of the driveway, because these are evergreen. And I thought, okay, that's going to be so beautiful in the fall time. And then my husband decided that he was working on the car, and they were totally in his way. So I get it. He gets, I don't want to say a pass, but he gets kind of a pass. I'm still mad at him. I'm not that mad at him. I am mad at him. But I do now want to clean out the base of it. There are a lot of leaves in there. There is some sedum in there. It just needs to look freshened up a little bit. I'm not taking out the plants. I'm not taking out the creeping fig. She wants to go to the back. But it does need to get cleaned up-ish. And then I want to also plant these coleus today. So this was planted up, I don't even remember when at this point. Last winter, I think. And I've got some sedums in there that just need to get pulled out. Like, that's just sad, pathetic. So we're going to pull that out, pull the leaves up, get it cleaned up. That way it just looks fresh for winter time. Nothing major. And then we can take the coleus and we can go get those planted. I think I want to plant those close to the greenhouse if I can get it to work out. These are a no-name coleus, I don't think. 16 inches tall, and it says spacing is 4 to 6 inches. So these ones should stay a bit smaller. They look like Wicked Witch, but they are different from Wicked Witch. But they're just so cute. I just really like them. And I think that they'll play nicely because the Wicked Witch is going to be on the other side of them. So I know it's a little late to get these guys planted, but coleus do really well for us until we get a frost, which usually isn't until November, end of November, sometimes early December. We can get it the very beginning of November, but it rarely happens. There we go. I got some of the espalier cleaned up. I got the leaves cleaned up. I got the container all cleaned up, and it needed it badly. So the ants have definitely taken over this container. There are ants living in there. They started to like crawl and bite when I was cleaning everything out. And I think that's because, see all of that white? They were farming some type of aphid. I think it might have been woolly aphids that they were farming. So lots of aphids were on the sedum that I had planted in there, and then they were on the base of the dogwoods there, which is funny that I wasn't seeing any aphids on any of like the dogwood at all, just at the base where the sedums were wrapped around it. So that was interesting. Like I said, I'm going to end up taking these dogwoods out anyways after fall time when I get to see a little bit of the fall color. Brent, just a little bit of it. And then I'm going to put those in the landscape somewhere. They'll be really pretty, and then they can actually grow to their full size without being cut in half. I love giving him flack for doing anything garden related wrong. And I'm totally joking. And I'm totally joking. He is okay. And I'm not upset about it. I just like to give him a hard time. But those will get moved into the landscape here this fall time after they do a little bit of their show in the fall. And then I will plant that up with something for winter time. That'll be really pretty. Then I will give it a good deep clean. I'm not worried about it. I just needed it to not be full of leaves and not full of the dead sedums there. So that at least looks clean-ish adjacent. I could spray it off. Let me spray it off with water. I can at least do that. I have a hose. I have a Hoselink right here. I'm such a lazy gardener, I swear. I don't mean to be. It took seconds to spray that down. Should have just sprayed it down. I know better. I'm what you would call a 90%er, which is what Brent and I call ourselves, because we do things like 90% of the way. That extra 10%, I'm like, no. And the extra 10% was getting the dead bugs off the side of the planter. Why I was going to wait on that, I don't know. And the extra 10%, actually it's probably more than 10% to refinish the window box, because that's sanding, patching a hole, priming, painting. That's going to be like a 40%. That's going to be a whole job just on its own. So the window box is 100% done. And then now we're gonna take these coleus and we're gonna go get them planted in the back. I think I know where I'm planting them. Don't quote me on that. Let's go to the back. Okay, so we're back by the greenhouse now, and I think what I'm gonna do is tuck these coleus in back here. So I had some foxglove. They have not survived. So I think I'm gonna just dig 3 little holes. I think I actually wanna kind of tuck them in right there. I can pull the grass that's there, do 1, 2, 3, a tree of them, and then that'll be a nice little pop of this red color for the fall time. I think that'll be really pretty. There's a lot of blue going in right here, and I just don't think it needs to be broken up. And I am gonna take these grasses out next year, or this fall time, and I need to just put something else that's better for this area. These aren't right. It's not the correct plant. That is going to be a great little pop of color. It definitely needed that. You can see it's in dappled sunlight right now. It's going to get a little bit of sun for a little while, and then it will start to get shaded, and it'll get shaded by the fence and everything. So we'll see how they do there. I'm going to give them a little drink of water because they definitely need it. That soil is bone dry right there. So it'll definitely be happy if I give it a little water to settle in. And then I did have some extra irrigation, so I just kind of moved my irrigation so it goes from back there, it goes around under the pot and over to there, so they'll be hooked up, they'll have water, which is really nice, and hopefully they get to a good size. Hopefully they still continue to grow a little bit for us this season. It would be kind of nice, you know, if they just kind of like took over this corner right here and then had the pot kind of like filling in, tucked in there. Got to find something for the pot. I think what I'm going to do this year is just do pumpkin stacks this fall time. So I'll get like 4 pumpkins and stack them on top of each other. I think that would just be really pretty for fall time. And I've got the matching pot over on that side. And I think some pumpkin stacks would just be kind of nice. But that is going to be it for this video. So thank you guys so much for coming along with me while I get some fall planting done, get some coleus planted, do a little bit of cleanup. It was a pretty good day. I'm not mad at it at all. Great day in the garden. Nice and cool. It started to get a little humid, so I had to take off the sweater, but still, not a bad way to spend the day. So thank you guys so much for hanging out with me and visiting our garden, and I hope to see you in the next one. Bye, guys.